Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joseph. I'm an MD MBA radiology resident at UAB, and today I'm just going to be giving you an update. This is weekly update number 2, and this is what I'll be talking about mainly today is the closet rod cover that I made. And if you haven't seen this cover to hide our closet rod, this is the short that I shared this week. So if you're not subscribed, to follow along. But basically the idea, if you can see there, is that we changed out the closet rods, and we had this little spot that where the other rods were that we didn't cover up, as you can see there. So this was, in place there. And we already had the house painted. We just didn't really want to paint everything, but didn't really love how that looked. So I decided just to design my own little closet rod cover. And a couple of questions I got. One was, I show in the video, recently I replaced these rods with new ones, but here I show that I tested it with like half, so I split it in half and tested it out, as you can see right here. And the reason I did that was because we had to take this off, and to take this off, you had to take all the clothes off. So I wanted to make sure before I spent the time and effort to use a resin printer, which is what I ended up making at the end, as you can see here, that it fit right. So, filament is a lot easier to deal with and cheaper and quicker and all that. So that's why I used this split design initially to test it out, as you can see there. And it ended up fitting right. So that worked out well. So I just went ahead and I made the final design from that. And yeah, so I wanted to kind of go through how I designed that. So it was pretty straightforward. The big thing that I had to think about was how far the mount kind of stood off from the wall. So that's going to be this distance. This is obviously about the rod diameter. And then I just made kind of a nice little chamfer here. And I think for people that aren't really familiar with modeling, you might be tempted to, design something. I'm not going to use exact dimensions, but something kind of like this. And then I know this isn't constrained appropriately, but let's just say that we do it like that. And then we cut out that inside portion here like that. You could chamfer it, right? So that would be one way to do it, and that's not necessarily wrong by any means. I know this isn't exact. I guess if I did the two distance, I could get it closer. So this isn't the exact proportions to what I made, but you can see where if you were just looking at what I made, that this could get you pretty close, right? That's fairly similar to this design. What I actually did was I just used the side profile and then revolved it. So I think that's something that when you're designing stuff, especially with like a chamfer or angle like this, and if it's round, obviously, that's something to consider. Is easier just to do a revolve. And I've made the mistake in the past of not using that feature, and it makes it a little more difficult. So that's the main thing I wanted to mention about this design. It's pretty straightforward, and I'll just show you roughly kind of how I did that here. And it also simplifies your timeline some. So I'll just delete that. And I won't use the exact dimensions because that doesn't really matter. Okay, and so this is the design that I ended up with. I used 3mm thick walls, which is pretty common for most of the stuff I do. And so I made a little 3mm rectangle here. And then I used the height here of 20. So you can just dimension from here to here would be 20. And then the radius of the rod was around 17, so I added a little bit of tolerance, so 17.1. So we could dimension that to here. That's 17.1. And then I essentially realized I couldn't make it any wider than 65mm radius, so that's why I went ahead and made that 65. So just dimension this out to 65. And then really didn't have to do this all the way out, but I just left it because it was a little bit more straightforward. And I knew the inside radius of 36 would get me outside so that it could sit kind of flush with everything. So let's see. Make another rectangle here and coincident that part. And then I like to make this horizontal vertical there. So that means that those are horizontal with each other with the origin. And then 36mm wide. And a lot of this I just do guess and check. just to be straightforward and honest. And then to get that angle that I use, the chamfer, I essentially just use a 45-degree, and then I use 3 millimeters here because sometimes if you don't have a straight, like a portion of the wall that's straight, so if I started the 45 here, that corner piece will not always print very well because the plastic gets really thin, at the very edge. So I try to make this kind of congruent with these other thicknesses that I use. So I basically just used a line and drew it up to here, and then dimension this to 45 degrees, which you could do different sizes, but that's just what I ended up going with. And then I made this 3 millimeters. And so that was all that I did. And then you just use the revolve command. You don't select this. And then you select the axis, which is in the middle, and then click OK. And so that was it. And then to split it, to test it out, all you had to do is just split the body and select the middle part. And so now you can see that these are two separate bodies. And so once I've tested that out, I basically just unsplit everything and then printed it as a single piece. So that is an update on the cover design. The other thing I wanted to briefly share for those of you that watched to the end is I have this other project that I'm working on, which you can see here, which is the DELACK, which is the enclosure design that I've made, and then kind of making it compatible with the Prusa Mini and the AMS unit. So this is kind of a work in progress. Luckily, the 4 tubes fit through the existing holes, so that was a pretty big relief because I thought I was going to have to modify the DELACK cutouts, which would make it a different product essentially, but I think I can make it work this way. And you can see here the DELACK fits pretty good, or the Bambu Lab A1 Mini fits pretty good in here. I'm going to make, I think I go over to the side here in a second. So I'm going to make a little place here where you can basically pull out all of these waste plastic that the AMS kind of shoots out to the side. And this is just the skirt print. This was for people that have like center block or something like that under the Mark IV or Prusa Mini, which this was originally designed for. But I think that that'll work pretty well because then you can get all the extra kind of trash pieces out really easily without having to undo the enclosure or anything like that. So that is working well. And then the other thing is you can see this is sitting on top of it's actually a DJI Phantom case, and I just need something to boost it up. And there's been some different places that people have mounted the AMS light. The problem I'm running into with the enclosure is that basically this cable that connects to the printer isn't very long. So even though it would technically work if I put it on top, the cable won't reach. So that is a little bit unfortunate, but I still think this can turn into a pretty good design. Right now I'm trying to make or thinking about a way to make this sit on top of like a little shelf type thing where you can put like extra filament under it. So essentially this will be like a printed little filament storage thing, and then this will have like a place where you can pull that out easily. And I'm probably going to reprint this in like a white or off-white color to kind of match the Bambu Lab there. So that is an update on the DELACK A1 Mini upgrade that I'm working on. So I'll have some more updates on this coming like in the future, but just wanted to share that with y'all because I know that some people have asked about the DELACK being compatible with the A1 Mini, especially since it's a really good, pretty affordable printer. So that'll be coming soon. And if you have a A1 Mini, you don't have AMS, I think right now you could order the DELACK and it should work fine. So just wanted to give y'all an update on that, and hopefully have some more news for you coming up soon. So thank you, and see you in the next one.